Um, I haven't been on live in 2 months, so there's a lot to discuss. There's a lot to talk about. It's is it up to 2 months? I don't think it's up to 2 months actually. I think it's like um, let me say 3 weeks. Yeah, I think I think 3 weeks. But there was a time that I used to go live every day for like 2 months straight. I used to go live, and then life happened, so I stopped. And over here, my time it's midnight. This is 6 minutes past 12 a.m. It's quite late, but there's definitely a reason why I'm going live this late. And there's something I want to talk about, um, which is my major reason for going live. Of course, I could still have recorded this video and posted it normally, but this is something that I want to talk about. Um, Consistency. That's the topic for today. I don't know how to add it here. Let me see. What's this? Okay, I'm seeing two options. Sorry, I'm still getting used to the whole live thing. I'm seeing two options here. Start a poll, start a question and answer. Okay. Okay, let me say start a question and answer. Okay, let me write. Are you consistent with your goals? Are you consistent in working towards your goals? Okay. Okay, I don't. Okay, I pinned it up there, but I just hope that everybody can see it. Okay, I don't. I don't really know how this works. This is my first time, so but I'm still very happy that I'm, getting used to this. And also, my battery is running low. I'm so sorry that I'm taking long to start this live proper. For those that will replay this video, so let me just try to see if I can plug my phone. Oops, oops, oops. Okay, let me see. Is this working? This is better. This is too low, so let me take it up a bit, just a little bit. I really hope this live is not turning out somehow, but hi Delmi, I'm trying to like balance my phone and everything. Okay, I hope everyone can see me. Okay, so I'll just manage this way. I hope everyone had a nice day. Now, so topic of the day, we're talking about consistency here, because in the last period of time, a month, 2 months, 3 months, I've been trying to be consistent myself, right? Okay, I'm seeing a lot of answers. Okay, yes, are you consistent in working towards your goals? The answer say yes. That's great. That's fantastic, because I have been consistent and I have seen that consistency pays, not just in the short term but in the long term. Consistency really really pays. If you're consistent, there is so much to gain from being consistent with your goals. Now, the thing about being consistent is that you may start off confused, you may start off when you're not sure, right? But the more you work on your goals, the more you work on your business or whatever it is that you want to achieve, whatever it is that you plan to, the goal that you plan to get, the more you work on it, the more it becomes clearer, the more you understand it, the more you know how to do it better. That's just one thing that I've noticed. A lot of things that I started them confused, right? But as time goes on, it started to become more clearer to me. Delmi Solar, I'm so sorry, Delmi Solo Zano. Thank you so much for the comments. I appreciate you. Thanks a lot. Thank you for being here. And if you're here, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate. Now back to the topic of consistency. So I tried my best to be consistent with my goals, like my business, this YouTube channel, and I saw a lot of changes. I saw a lot of benefits. Like, I did not achieve my goal in one day, but things were getting better, right? Even in a business, any business that you start, things will definitely get better, because the more you go, the more you understand your customers, the more you understand the market, the more you understand sales, the more you understand what you should be doing and what you shouldn't be doing. In the beginning, you're definitely going to fail, you're going to have issues, you're going to make mistakes, but it's normal, it's part of being a beginner. Delmi said, I so thank you so much for subscribing, Delmi. I appreciate you. So whatever mistake that you make, it's part of being a beginner. It's part of starting something new that you haven't done before, right? So this issue of consistency, we hear about it a lot. Like, oh, be consistent, continue to work towards your goals, don't give up. Okay, be persistent, be patient. Like, when we hear about these things, we just feel like they are mere words, like people are just talking, right? But these things actually work in real life, okay? And you will not know how much these things are beneficial until you are in that position. It's so easy to give advice, it's so easy to talk about things that you have not experienced. But when you experience that thing, it gives you a new perspective, right? It gives you a new way to see that thing. It gives you a new understanding. There's something that they say that experience is the best teacher, and it's true. No matter what I tell you, if you haven't experienced it for yourself, you will not understand the gravity of the words that we say. Some words that we say, because we are so used to saying them, we are so used to hearing them, so we undermine their value. Like, we no longer understand the gravity of what we're saying because we're so used to these words. People say, oh, be consistent, you just feel like, okay, it's a normal thing to just show up. But showing up every day is not easy. I used to go live like every day for like 2 months straight, and I started to experience like burnout, right? It started to get exhausting in a way. And what is burnout? Burnout is basically when you do something so much that you get exhausted of doing that thing because you've done it a lot. I started to experience that, the burnout, right? So I stopped going live. I stopped like posting on YouTube. I stopped coming here. If you were following me before, you knew me before, you would notice that, okay, you didn't see me for a long time. I stopped showing up because it got exhausting in a way. Do you understand? So yeah, but during that period of time that I was consistent, I saw a lot of benefits, and I'm so grateful that I even had the opportunity to do that in the first place, because that's what's motivating. The thing about consistency is that if you're consistent for a period of time, you build a solid background, you build a solid foundation, and I think that is so important. That background, that foundation, I think it's very important. I think it's very necessary to have that, because once you have that foundation, you can always come back and build on the foundation that you already laid. But if you don't start, it means that you don't have the foundation. It means that you haven't laid anything. So any day that you eventually start, you will still need to do that foundation. There's no shortcut to success. There's no fast or easy road to success. There are certain points that you cannot skip, because if you skip them, you will still come back to meet them later in the future. That's the main reason why people say, like, don't skip some certain things, because if you skip them, you still encounter them in the future. There's a video on my page where I was talking about starting like beginnings, right? Like embracing your beginnings, enjoying your beginning stage. And I said something that the reason the beginning stage is so difficult is because that is where you have a lot of lessons to learn. That is where you lay your foundation. That is where you make your mistakes. Okay, that is where you build character. That is where you build a lot of things. That's where you lay the foundation of what you eventually build on. That's why it's so tough. That's why you can feel lonely. That's why it can feel too much. That's why it can feel like it takes a longer time, because there are certain things that you cannot fast forward them. You need to go through them step by step. And whatever you learn in that beginning stage is what's going to help you later on. Okay? So, like these things that we hear people talk about all the time, if you have not experienced it, it may look like mere words, like mere saying, but I just want people to know that if you're terrible at that thing, if you do that thing consistently, you eventually become good. That's the truth. Like, we talk about talent a lot. Like, is it really talent? Okay, yes, some people are talented in some certain areas, but besides talent, there's nothing that you cannot learn. If you really put your heart and soul and your mind into it, there's really nothing you cannot learn. Honest, like, that person may be talented at that thing, but you can also learn how to do it. What you need is time, dedication, consistency, perseverance. You can also do that thing. Even people that are talented, right, they still have to put in the work to master their craft.